Amazing!
Hardly a half-time break, was it? Welcome back to Sport Relief, this time on BBC Two.
Amazing! We've had such a good night. Have we not had such a good night so far? Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Your help, please, give us what you can. We're going to be back with you after Top Gear. This is so amazing. Hammond, back to the day job.
Yes. Well, tonight we've seen lots of people pushing themselves to the limit. But me and the Top Gear team decided to push someone else to the limit. It's just easier. By resurrecting Grand Force and attempting a makeover on their garden. It was a very, very genuine surprise, as it turns out. So for one night only, this is Top Gear Grand Gear Force.
Hello, and I've just trodden in some dog poo. Never mind. I'm sure you all remember the TV show Ground Force. The idea was that some people with regional accents would come round to your house while you were out and do up your garden. Then you'd come home, cry with unbridled joy, and then everyone would have some warm pomaine. Now, sadly, it isn't on anymore, so we thought it'd be a good idea to bring it back. I mean, gardening. How hard can it be?
Well, I should imagine very hard.
Well, we're going to find out. This is the team. There's Handy Hammond, James E. Dimmock, May, and then we've got some Poles who'll actually do all the work. Anyway, let's get cracking.
The lucky recipient of our top Ground Gear Force garden makeover is a sporting legend. 5 times Olympic gold medalist Sir Steve Redgrave, a man whose shoulders are thicker than my torso.
Great Britain on the line! Here we go! Great Britain get the gold medal and relief all round! And triumph for Steve Redgrave. 5 in a row. What a hero!
This is his garden, and this is his wife, Lady Anne. Now, he really doesn't know, does he, that we're doing this? I mean, hand on heart.
Absolutely. No idea at all.
Because everyone on television believes it, you know, nobody believes a word on television. He really genuinely does not know.
Has no idea.
This is just fantastic. Now, the garden, have you got any ideas, anything you want?
Well, Steve likes water features. He tried one over there around the corner, so you could try one of those. It does trickle over the top of the pot.
No, I might be able to...
in the bottom.
I could improve on a trickle. I like fountains. No, we can do that.
Other than that, I don't mind, so long as it looks reasonable.
No, it'll look reasonable. I just think with a few features, I think would be good.
Well, we have our tree house.
No, that's good. We could sort of, paths to it and stuff like that. No, that'd be good. Now, he's home, so Steve is home in...
Well, he'd be about 5 o'clock tonight.
5 o'clock, so it's 8:30 now. What's the maths on that? 9, 6, 7, 8.5 hours. We need to get cracking.
Right, now, since I'm the only country bumpkin on the team, I'm in charge. And since I'm also the only one who went to art college, I've drawn the plans. So, here's what we're going to do. There's a house, there's a garage, so it's over there. Now, Sir Steve Redgrave is a very busy man. So when he comes home, he likes to relax. So I've got a sort of family chill-out barbecue area here with some decking overlooking a bed full of flowers. And then there's here a river of gravel cascading down through the garden to this, which is one of those seats that goes round a tree.
Where's the water feature?
Well, there isn't one.
Why not?
Well,
all that matters in a garden is a water feature.
No, sorry, all that matters in a garden is a shed.
no, look, there isn't a shed or a water feature, all right?
So a garden should speak of the man.
It does.
There's nothing here that says Olympic rower.
There's a river of gravel.
That's just annoying. It goes, no, it's just, look, you've got to walk miles to get to the seat.
That's the theme of the garden, a river of gravel.
It's rubbish.
He's going to come out of his house and it's going to take him all week to wend his way.
You're just going to walk all over there, you know.
This bed, you're doing the hoeing.
I am not doing any hoeing.
I don't even know what hoeing is.
Yeah, well, hoeing
And anyway, you don't need a hoe. There's only one tool you need for gardening. And I've got it.
It's a hammer.
It'll be a hammer. It's not a hammer.
This
Is that a hoe?
is all you... No, it isn't. No, if you want to remove a plant, say, OK, there are no thistles at this time of year, but imagine they're thistles. How do you get them up?
Well, you take one of these, which is a trowel,
Yeah.
and then you approach it like that, and you dig round it, lift it, and there it is.
That took you...
About 30 seconds.
Dirty fingernails, cricked back.
It's gardening, that's what you do.
OK, now let me show you how I would remove it, OK? See these three here? Ready?
Well, granted, they're gone, but you
They're
can't...
gone.
You can't garden with a shotgun.
They have ceased to exist. Observe the genius of my gardening.
I'd rather he had a hammer.
You do realise we've already wasted an hour.
Hammond sent James and I off to get supplies at something called a garden centre. It was a place which seemed to be mostly full of sheds. And what kind of nerd would find those interesting?
Wow.
I, however, wasn't experiencing such joy.
Why does everything have to be in Latin? Every single... Hermalis intermedia palladia. Presumably that's Latin for dead twig in some mud. Everything's dead. Look, it's all just dead. It's all dead, look, just a forest of deadness. What's this? Just...
That's a rose.
Will it grow by 5 o'clock this afternoon?
No, I'm afraid not, no.
In the shed zone, James was struggling to find something which matched his rigorous standards.
Now, this is dangerously close to being a gazebo, which means it will be misappropriated, look, by people on exercise bicycles.
Do you have any gorgonzola here?
Gorgonzola?
Gorgonzola.
I'll go and check for you.
Thanks. I don't mean gorgonzola, do I? That's a cheese. It's bougainvillea I meant. So what's alive that I could have?
You want
There's
colour?
no point, there's no point paying for daffodils. Just go and nick those from a roundabout. No, I'm looking for
Hanging
something for a
baskets?
garden. A rower's garden.
Right.
I've been sent to get plants, but I just don't know. Other than gorgonzola, no, what's it called? Gonorrhea.
Tree ferns?
Have you got any syphilis?
This is heading in the right direction, the 6x4 Apex shed of shiplap construction. It's a very simple structure, it has a window, but it's not really the shed for a man of the stature of 5-time Olympic gold medal winning Sir Steve Redgrave, CBE. We want something bigger.
Finally, I found something I recognised.
Greenhouses. I know what they're for. You can use them for growing apples and meat, eggs, stuff like that. Stuff that need to be warm. Go in there. Well, get one of those. Look at this. It's a Chlamydia lawsonina, or as Richard Hammond calls it, a mighty Scotch pine.
So far, we'd been on the job for 2 hours, and Sir Redgrave's garden had gone from looking like this to looking like this. But no matter, we were men on the move.
That'll...
Honestly, I just think she fell off it or something. Put it back.
Good.
Right.
In the garden, the Poles set about building the greenhouse. And with his usual sense of urgency, James started on the shed.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
Hammond, meanwhile, was preparing to dig the foundations for his rivers of gravel.
Hammond! What? You've got to wear that.
What?
You've got to wear that.
Why?
Because health and safety say it'll keep you healthy and safe.
Safe from what? Right.
With Hammond protected from certain death, I got cracking with my water feature.
Right, I want a trench 4 yards long, 1 yard wide, metre, and 1 metre deep. A trench. Trench. But like Charles Bronson, he was Polish in The Great Escape. Go on, dig. Dig. Dig.
Quantity 1, heavy-duty workshop door end. Heavy-duty workshop plane end. 2 heavy-duty workshop window panels, yes. 2 heavy-duty workshop plane
This was
panels.
ridiculous.
2
James had to be reminded that we were against the clock.
Windows.
Isn't it? But it's, you've spent like half an
Yeah, but
hour.
if the screws are not in the right lengths and the wrong holes, you get end up at the end of the shed with the wrong screw left over and it won't be long enough. And then you have to dismantle the whole
build
thing
the
again.
shed.
I'm building the shed.
You're not
This is
building
part
the
of
shed,
building
you're
a shed.
naming your
You-
tools. Is this your tape measure?
Might be.
Right, before we go any further, it's time for a quick reminder of why Alan has just shot a tape measure.
Good news. In the time it's taken Jamesy Dimmock to organise his tools and Handy Hammond to dig a 6-inch hole, the poles have already got the glass in the greenhouse. And this is my water feature. It's arrived. And it is, well, it's an exquisite piece. It really is. The only trouble is it comes with the Nissan Micra of pumps. This will only shift, what, a gallon of water a minute. So what I've done is brought along this. This is the Ferrari Enzo of pumps. Comes from the world of quarrying, and this will shift 15,000 gallons a minute. Now, unfortunately, you do need a generator to run it, but that's arriving now on the back of the articulated lorry over there. Now, the great thing about this pump is that it gives me flexibility. You can either have, I don't know, a little tinkling, gentle dribble of water, or you can crank it up a bit and have the...
Yeah, I've made that worse.
That's not gone well, has it?
No, it's fine. This is so I can get in to cut. How the hell did that happen with my hi-fi on?
Well, what you've just done is prove that all the health and safety executives' advice is pointless, meddling twaddle. This is...
If I'm honest, it didn't help. At no point did the vest say.
That's kind of... Yeah. Well, come on, just push it up.
You won't be able to push it up. You won't.
You will.
What? Whoever made a lightweight digger, if they were light...
James, get down and push.
If they were light, they'd fall over.
It's heavier than I thought.
Turns out to be quite heavy.
It is much heavier than I thought.
We're going to need a bigger digger.
Hammond went and got a bigger digger, which proceeded to turn this little piece of Marlow into the Somme.
I mean, it will grow back. As a gardener, I can tell you that. It's grass. It grows back.
Look at that.
Hammond, you're ruining the lawn. The lawn is being ruined. Where does it say on your plans, big digger marks?
I've got to turn the digger around to pull the other digger up.
Over the next half hour, all he managed to do was lacerate the lawn even more.
He doesn't strike me as a lawn type of bloke, Sir Steve Redgrave.
What, you think he prefers tractor marks and mud?
I don't think he'll be that fussed.
But then the digger fiasco was interrupted by the arrival of my concrete.
The smell of civilization arriving. All right, chaps, if you can
My
take
genius plan was to concrete over the lawn.
There's like a little...
Where on my plans does it say concrete?
Concrete's better than grass. Sir Steve Redgrave is a busy man. He hasn't got time to mow his lawn every 20 minutes. With this, you just have to hoover it in the autumn.
But it looks shit.
It doesn't. Grass looks shit because it fills up with watercress. And lawns give me hay fever.
But you don't live here.
Well, maybe they give Sir Steve Redgrave hay fever.
Oh, for God's sake. Does Sir Steve Redgrave get hay fever?
No,
Do you get hay fever?
no,
Does any member of Sir Steve Redgrave's family get hay fever?
no.
Wait.
While those two were bickering over the lawn, my shed was taking shape nicely.
The thing you've got to remember is that everything good in the world, especially everything good that ever came out of Britain, came out of a shed. Radio, television, jet engine, printing press, and in other countries, the aeroplane, the hot air balloon. See, the thing about this shelf is that on it, one day will rest a component that Sir Steve Redgrave, CBE, 5-time Olympic gold medalist, will pick up and use to create something brilliant. And that can only happen because people have sheds with stuff in them. You see what I mean?
My hay fever removal system had hit a snag.
I ordered 20 tons of concrete, which I thought would be enough to do the whole lawn. In fact, it's only going to be able to do an area this big, which means that this is all still going to be grass. And look what Hammond's done. There isn't enough concrete to cover this bit of lawn.
Do you think Sir Steve Redgrave is going to be particularly upset that we haven't been able to concrete the bit of lawn that we've driven over with a massive digger? Which is worse? We decided to worry about the digger issue later, because on the other side of the garden, the ever-efficient poles had finished my tree seat. It goes round a tree, and then you can sit any side and just admire the view.
And this is exactly how you designed it, is it?
Yep, it is.
So how are you going to get it around the tree?
Yeah.
Well, you could plant a tree in the middle, and then it would grow in place.
Yes.
Yes, you could, if Sir Steve Redgrave wasn't coming home for 200 years.
You could lower it from the top.
Yeah, but what about... Look at all the branches.
No, I can deal with those.
He's tall, but that is ambitious. You can't prune a tree with a shop.
Yes, you can. This is going well.
It's not working.
It is working.
It's not.
Oh, yes, we're going to have a massive bonfire with your prunings.
As I blew the tree to pieces with my under and over hoe, the crane arrived that would lower the seat into place.
Mind the tree.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. One bench solution system.
Happily, Hammond's crane didn't have tracks. Unhappily, it weighed 14 tons.
I've got my crane stuck, is what I've done.
What you've done now is ruined a bit more of the lawn.
It's no biggie, no biggie. Although the crane had sunk into Sir Steve Redgrave's lawn, luckily the arm was long enough to reach my tree seat.
Steady. A foot. A foot. No, up. No, you've got to lift it. No. Hammond, you idiot, man. Honestly. How can you be so useless, man?
Hammond is really...
Listen, honestly, that's the only bit of this project that has gone properly. The shed was up and perfect, and you've wrecked the shed, and you've wrecked your stupid, idiotically designed...
No, this is a loss.
Bed.
That pile
No,
of
it's not a loss. It's not a loss. That is not. It isn't, because it turns out that this...
It doesn't matter.
This is no good for shooting branches off.
No, but the river of gravel cascading majestically through the garden to end in the tree seat
any
is now
idea
spoiled. What?
How far we are from a river of gravel running through your garden? Look what it's got. It's got a river of track marks, a broken, stupid toy digger in a hole.
There's a few sites along the way on the river. The crane's stuck.
And look at the holes. Look at that.
That is.
It has gone. How long have we been here? 4 hours, 5 hours? It's gone backwards.
Guys, we do need to speed up.
So, in just 5 hours, we dug a trench, crashed a digger, knocked over a shed, concreted half the lawn, ruined the other half with caterpillar tracks, broken a seat, shot some flowers, and wounded one of the poles. But the greenhouse was looking good. And a short while later, James had his shed back up as well.
And now for another timely reminder of why we're here. So you see, you take the big spanner off, you can see the big spanner is missing, put the big spanner on, you know it's in the right place. If Jeremy Clarkson came in here and did that, you'd see immediately that that is not the correct spanner for that peg. That should be on there, and that should be on there.
With James suffering from an industrial bout of OCD, I set about removing Sir Redgrave's flower bed.
Now, the traditional method for removing an unwanted rockery is a shovel. Excuse me, guys, can we just hold the music? Just for a second, can we hold the music? Thanks. As I was saying, shovel, crowbars, lots of elbow grease. There is, however, another way. What you need is some sugar, some fertiliser, a length of wire, some electricity, and a plunger like we have here. OK. Fire in the pool! That usually clears them.
James didn't take the news well.
Look what you've done to my bloody shed, man!
I had this bomb, and that'll buff out.
What time is this programme on? Is it 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is it 10 o'clock on BBC Two?
Yes.
Are we beyond the watershed?
Yes.
You're a fuck...
Guys,
What have you done?
I thought it was more set, and I went through it, and I'm stuck in your concrete.
Oh, for God's sake!
What?
You've left footmarks.
Well, it was hardly perfect to start with, was it? You've already ruined the lawn with your concrete, and now I've walked on it. I'm sorry.
It was supposed to look like lawn. How can it look like lawn with...
It's not green. How can it look like lawn?
Please stop the music. Can we stop? Please. Stop it.
Soon we had Hammond free, and as James rebuilt his shed, again, I began work on me rugby posts.
And then bring it along, because you've got to push... Yeah,
What are you doing now?
it's rugby posts.
Have you brought anything that's on my plan?
No.
And how do you even know that Sir Steve Redgrave likes rugby?
Well, I do.
Does Sir Steve Redgrave play rugby?
No.
Do you play rugby?
No.
Does any member of Sir Steve Redgrave's family play rugby?
No.
Heave! Come on! Yes! Yes!
Jeremy,
What?
no member of the Sir Steve Redgrave family plays rugby.
Well, I'll be able to then.
Well,
Whoa!
actually, they won't.
Again, James was very angry with me.
I think you've got something to say to me, haven't you?
I'm surprised how heavy rugby posts are.
Something along the lines of, I'm sorry, James, I am a fully rigged, rate
You two,
A1, ocean-going
Sir Steve
pillar.
Redgrave will be here in half an hour. We've got to speed up again.
James's shed was mended again. The digger was camouflaged, and best of all, my water feature was finished.
You see the adjustability of it. You can have it high or low. We go low, down. No, that's off. Up, there, or up. Up.
With With Sir Steve Redgrave just minutes away, Hammond unveiled his barbecue.
I've put some thought into this because for this I've not used coals, which take ages to light and give you salmonella. I've used jet engines. So we fire them up.
Jet engines?
Jet engines, 2 of them. So I turn them on here.
But these were tiddlers compared to the engine that would cook the meat on the rotisserie.
It's actually a V1, so I'm just going to...
What, from a doodlebug?
Yes, it's a doodlebug engine. There we go. It is a bit more temperamental than coal, but when it works, boy, does it work.
And you turn that, then?
It will start turning. You have to get it up to speed. It turns the fan around, which... There you go.
Oh, that's quite
it's
good,
genius.
actually.
There you go. Look at that. Yeah, it's not...
Yeah, that's cooked.
It needs some adjustment. Hang on, let me just... there you go.
Oh,
I didn't have it set right. That's actually better. See, now that's going to grill it properly. You'll get some proper blackening of the chicken. That's
hot, actually.
hang on.
You utter pillock. No, let me do it.
I'm going to do it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, you've frozen my ghoulies.
I'm sorry.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
It went the wrong way.
Let me do it.
Let me do it.
Redgrave is coming up the drive.
What?
Redgrave is coming up the drive.
Right.
Sir Steve Redgrave, turn up the drive.
I was just about ready. Where do we hide? I don't know, behind a tree.
They
In my
always hide
shed.
in ground force. Why don't we tell him his wife did this and then we've been called in?
Yeah, to put it right.
To put it right.
We're just about to start.
He's coming. Oh, God. How do you think he'll react?
I don't know, seriously.
He's here.
Where'd you
go, James, go on off with the drink.
James, go on off with the drink.
What does he look like?
Where's the drink? Have you got the drink ready?
I've got my drink, yes.
Don't hide behind me.
I can hide behind anything. Right, look happy, just look happy.
Just pleased, like we're pleased. We're pleased about it.
If we carry this through by just happiness.
I've never been so nervous in my life.
No, I'm scared.
I'm terrified now. He's a big bloke.
It's not the size, it's just the range.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Sir Steve Redgrave. I'm Jeremy Clarkson.
I know you are.
It's what? Sport relief. I know you think we're from... It's confused. You're confused, I would imagine. Because we're from Top Gear, and we thought we'd come and do...
Top Gear
ground force
garden.
and make your garden, improve it, but we haven't quite finished.
But if we talk, I mean, the plans, the ideas behind it are brilliant.
Now, we can talk you through some of the better things.
Some of the really... But that's one of the worst things that you're seeing there. But it has better points. Like this was a surprise, just not a good one at the end of it.
The Poles could sense the mood. We, however, would not run. We would stand together and face the problem of Steve's wrath, united as one.
Actually, it's Hammond's fault. Hammond put the digger on its side. Hammond chewed the lawn up. Hammond set fire to your shed.
I think it's yours and Hammond's fault, frankly.
I think he's going...
a perfectly good shed. If he'd come home and I'd simply built a shed, he'd have been pleased. How could he not be?
Do you think he's going to come out of the house again?
And kill us, yes.
Sir Steve really was incandescent, so Jeremy volunteered to be Henry Kissinger. And despite this, Sir Steve's mood did brighten.
It doesn't look good. But imagine, OK, summer's evening, sitting out here, the sun streaming over the fallen over digger.
Sorry about that.
Yes, there was an accident there. But look at the greenhouse, though, Sir Steve.
Greenhouse looks good.
The greenhouse is lovely. The Poles built that, and it works.
We're very
But this, I think you'll find, is the pièce de résistance. This, you see the water feature? Now, what I've done is I've kind of turbocharged the pump a bit.
All right, OK.
No, because...
Stand back a little bit then.
No. It's, you know, like you get a dribble normally of water. It'll now... it'll be, you know, it's turbo. You'll think of rowing. I think it now speaks of the man.
I've been trying for the last 8 years to not think about rowing.
Ready? Sir Steve. There we go. Oh, God. I'm sorry about what it's done to the greenhouse.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So there you are, Sir Steve Redgrave, Lady Anne, children, this is your new garden.
Welcome back to Sport Relief 2008 on BBC Two.
Yes.
Yeah, and you've just seen Top Ground Gear Force.
Yes.
And I have to say,
Sorry.
honestly,
Can't believe
Richard,
it.
that was so awful. That was like butt-clenchingly embarrassing.
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
it?
I'm sorry.
What did you do?
Well, the thing is, Sir Steve Redgrave really didn't know. I mean, it was a real, genuine surprise. We like to do things properly
Can
on
I just say
Top Gear,
something?
and
Look at me
we
like
did.
that again. Look, he looks like Puss in Boots from Shrek. You know when he does that with his hat? Do it to the camera. Can you do it to the camera? Look.
Or Clint Eastwood. One or the other.
Yes, or Clint Eastwood,
He
yes.
didn't know. He had no idea. So we got out of the car and the shed was on fire.
And he hates surprises.
Well, two things about Sir Steve Redgrave to know. One, he hates surprises more than anything else in the world. Two, he loves his lawn.
And one other thing, he's very, very big.
He's a big lad.
Yeah.
And we surprised him by ruining his lawn.
Let's have a quick look at his face when you surprised him.
Yeah.
It wasn't a please. No, that's not a please. What we did was hide behind Jeremy. Yeah.
And
Who
what
ran
did
away?
Jeremy do?
He
Yeah,
ran
exactly.
away. Yeah, it wasn't a brilliant idea, as it turned out.
So did you deliberately trash his garden?
No,
or was
you
it...
see, the thing was, we had a plan, and it started off. It went badly wrong from
The
beginning to end.
cement was really mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The digger on its side, the crane, and none of it went well. It turns out gardening's really difficult. You wouldn't have thought it.
They make it look so easy, those guys.
Yeah, well, we've proved that it isn't. It's
But-
really difficult.
Is he talking to you now? Because you did share a stage earlier on.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I saw them speaking back there.
I
Or was he
ran
shouting?
away. Can I just say, Sir Steve is an amazingly good sport, and I've got to say a massive thank you to him for even speaking to us after he'd seen all of that. I'd also like to thank Steve's wife, Lady Anne, and his loyal PA Mel, who helped organise everything, because it couldn't have happened without you. And thanks again to Steve for allowing him still to be his wife and Steve PA after that. Thank you, Sir Steve. Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Forgive him.
Sorry.
He looks like Puss in Boots. Soon, we'll be handing you over to Paddy and Claudia on BBC One, and they've got a fantastic